Hi guys, JT here. Today I'm bringing you some information on the Humble Bundle, Love You to Death Bundle of February 2026. To help you answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and support the channel in the process. Before I begin, I'd like to thank you the viewers for watching my silly videos. I hope they're helpful. Most importantly, knowing that you're watching it means the world. But first, a word from our sponsor, JT After Dark. You've read the threads, you've seen the warnings, but you haven't heard them like this. I'm JT. I take the internet's most terrifying stories and give them a voice. From Reddit's deepest archives to the legends that haunt the web, I bring the horror to life. Join me on JT After Dark. Subscribe now and let's see what's hiding in the shadows. Anyway, let's get into this. And number 1 we have Have a Nice Death, an action roguelike Metroidvania game developed by Magic Design Studios and published by Gearbox Publishing. In this game you play as Death, the CEO of Death Incorporated, on a mission to show your useless subordinates who's boss. As Death, you embark on a company-wide tour armed with your trusty scythe, battling death-related enemies in different departments of your grisly business. The gameplay is reminiscent of Dead Cells, with fast-paced combat involving scythe attacks, dashing, and using various sub-weapons. You must collect and upgrade equipment, including cloaks with powerful effects and spells that consume mana. Additionally, you can obtain curses that grant passive buffs, allowing you to customize your playstyle. Each run presents choices of where to go next, offering currency, buffs, or challenges. Boss battles are challenging, with screen-filling attacks that require skill and strategy to overcome. Healing orbs called anima can be collected and used to restore health, but the game's punishing nature may make survival difficult. However, a lower difficulty option called Self-Fulfillment Mode provides more healing and gradually reduces enemy damage taken as you die, encouraging improvement. After each run, you unlock permanent upgrades and can purchase new weapons and spells with earned gold. Visually, the game impresses with beautiful animation and a striking art style. Despite some punishing aspects, Have a Nice Death offers superb combat, varied upgrades, and gorgeous visuals, making it a fantastic action roguelike Metroidvania worth exploring. And number 2 we have Ghost Watchers, a co-op online horror game that invites you to explore abandoned houses to hunt down restless souls and demons. While it shares a genre of titles like Phasmophobia, it evolves the formula by shifting the focus from mere investigation to active confrontation. Instead of hiding in closets when the hunt begins, you must use over 60 detailed tools to defend yourself, materialize a spirit, and ultimately capture it. The variety is impressive, featuring 20 to 24 unique ghost types, ranging from suicide victims to blood-sucking vampires, each boasting distinct animations and attack patterns. You're tasked with determining the ghost's age, mood, and type across 8 atmospheric maps. The progression system feels rewarding. As you level up, you unlock higher tier ghosts with complex abilities and can purchase permanent upgrades like drones to replace basic flashlights. Gameplay remains fresh through 7 optional modifiers. You can toggle sanity mechanics, engage in a battle royale mode to outcapture friends, or try to run or die challenge where defensive items fail. Despite these strengths, you may encounter technical hurdles. Some players report optimization issues, voice chat bugs, and rare connection errors. However, in a bundle, the depth of content is significant. If you enjoy an adrenaline-filled grind with friends, the detailed models and aggressive jump scares make this a standout survival horror experience. It is not just about finding evidence anymore, it is about the hunt. You identify, materialize, weaken, and catch. It is addicting, intense, and a true evolution for ghost hunting enthusiasts. And number 3 we have DEVOUR, a 1 to 4 player co-op horror survival game where you take control of cult members, attempting to stop possessed leaders from dragging you to hell. This unique experience forces you to work together to banish the demon Azazel across various themed maps, such as the farmhouse or the asylum. Each session lasts up to an hour, demanding perfect execution and a focused team to survive the escalating rage of the possessed. The core gameplay loop involves a race against time to perform rituals, like sacrificing goats or rats. You must unlock rooms, manage your UV lights, your only defense against spawn fiends, and revive downed teammates. The difficulty is unforgiving. As rituals progress, the boss becomes faster and more aggressive. Randomized item spawns and unpredictable AI ensure that you cannot rely on a single strategy, though you can earn experience to unlock perks to provide a slight edge. While the atmosphere is sinister and immersive, especially in VR, the experience leans heavily on jump scares and RNG. Some players find the map design inconsistent, noting that the asylum can feel frustratingly maze-like compared to the tighter farmhouse. Technical issues like connection bugs have also been reported. However, in a bundle, it offers higher playability and intense unscripted fear. It is a true test of friendship. You will quickly discover who among your squad is a hero, and who will leave you to die in a dark hallway. Whether you're a hardcore solo player or a coward with friends, DEVOUR delivers a nerve-wracking, addictive challenge. And number 4 we have Iron Lung, a horror game where you find yourself trapped in the confines of a tiny submarine in an ocean of blood on a mysterious moon. The game's minimalist design, where you can only see the interior of your sub and grainy images from a camera, creates a claustrophobic and tense atmosphere. You must navigate blindly using coordinates and a map of the ocean floor, constantly adjusting your course to avoid crashing. The tactile and crunchy experience of physically pressing buttons adds to the tension, making you feel the desperation of your mission. The game's simplicity keeps you focused on the details, preventing you from anticipating jump scares and allowing tension to build naturally. Sound design plays a crucial role in building tension, with garbled dialogue, mysterious ocean sounds, and a droning score that subtly emphasizes key events. As your sub deteriorates under the immense pressure, audio cues intensify the atmosphere. Visually, Iron Lung embraces lo-fi textures and chunky polygons, creating a grimy and unsettling environment. The blurriness of the pixels adds to the sense of decay and makes you question your surroundings. Despite its short duration of only an hour, Iron Lung masterfully utilizes its small palette to create an immersive and gripping experience. It draws you in, increases the tension, and delivers a memorable conclusion. This game showcases the effectiveness of minimalist design in the horror genre, offering a unique and engaging experience that leaves a lasting impression. If you appreciate shorter, intense experiences, Iron Lung is a must-play. And number 5 we have Lunacid. Lunacid boldly wears its inspirations from classics like Kingsfield while adding its own unique flavor to the dungeon crawler genre. From the moment you create your character and descend into the underworld through the Great Well, you're thrust into a world ripe for exploration and discovery. The game's world design echoes the best aspects of From Software titles, with each area hiding secrets waiting to be uncovered. Whether you choose to brave the Silent Temple, navigate the fetid mire, or venture into the Yosei Forest, Lunacid rewards curiosity with new weapons and spells that enhance your abilities and illuminate hidden paths. A notable aspect is the capacity to upgrade weapons through the accumulation of experience points, transforming mundane finds into powerful tools like flame blades. This creativity extends to gameplay, where stacking coffins to reach inaccessible ledges, or using spells to bypass obstacles adds depth to exploration. While combat can feel simplistic, especially during boss fights, the game's incredible soundtrack and stylized visuals create an immersive experience reminiscent of PlayStation 1 classics. Lunacid's homage to older titles proves that games like Kingsfield deserve recognition and have a place in modern gaming. Despite its flaws, Lunacid is a revelation in game design, demonstrating the potential of drawing inspiration from forgotten classics. It's a journey worth embarking on for any RPG enthusiasts, offering a nostalgic yet fresh take on the genre. And number 6 we have Faith, the Unholy Trinity, a retro-inspired horror game that masterfully channels the 1980s Satanic Panic era into a chilling lo-fi pixel art experience. Set across 3 acts, you play as Father John Ward, a young priest grappling with the aftermath of a botched exorcism. His journey takes him through haunted houses, cemeteries, and cult-infested sewers as he attempts to stop an impending demonic ritual. The game brilliantly captures the paranoia of its era, blending exorcist-like possessions with creepy Rosemary Baby-esque cults. With only one action at your disposal, raising a crucifix to ward off enemies, the gameplay is simple yet nerve-wracking. Every demon encounter is a race against instant death, pushing you to perfect timing and patience. The game's minimalist controls, proving that less can indeed be more. While Faith excels at building tension with its unsettling environments and atmospheric sound design, it also does not shy away from brutal difficulty spikes. The final chapter in particular can feel punishing, as you're forced to memorize enemy patterns to survive. This old-school challenge might delight hardcore retro enthusiasts, especially during the finale's maze-like darkness. Still, if you're willing to brave through its tough moments, Faith delivers a haunting, story-rich experience that celebrates the era's horror themes. It is a uniquely crafted indie gem with a story that is absolutely brilliant and will haunt you long after the credits roll. At number 7 we have The Bridge Curse 2, The Extrication, a first-person survival horror game that improves upon its predecessor by delivering a chilling experience set within the halls of Wenhua University. You play as 4 distinct characters, including a reporter and filmmaking students, who venture into the campus at night, a decision that quickly plunges you into a nightmare of urban legends. The atmosphere is expertly crafted, utilizing lighting that makes you second-guess every shadow, and a labyrinthine layout that ensures you never feel truly safe. You'll encounter terrifyingly designed spirits, such as a broken-necked lady, whose presence forces you to tiptoe through corridors in a state of constant unease. The game balances its scares with well-designed puzzles that provide a satisfying challenge without becoming overly frustrating. You use tools like a lantern to banish ghostly smoke or stifle specters, all while piecing together the university's deep lore through scattered documents. The narrative depth keeps you invested in the legends of the campus, even when the tension becomes palpable. While the story is engaging, you might find the voice acting a bit over the top. The English performances occasionally lean into exaggeration, which can make it difficult to connect with the more eccentric characters. Additionally, while the setting is atmospheric, you may wish for more freedom to explore the university beyond the scripted paths. The game excels at creating a sense of dread that flows through every minute, making it a memorable, heart-pounding journey for any horror fan. At number 8 we have Life Eater, a horror fantasy kidnapping simulator that casts you as Ralph, a modern-day druid tasked with performing annual human sacrifices to appease a dark god named Zimforf. If you fail to provide these lambs, the world will end. The game's most striking feature is its interface, which is inspired by video editing software. You don't control an avatar in a 3D space. Instead, you interact with a timeline representing the weekly schedules of potential victims, slowly uncovering their habits through invasive actions like hacking phones or slashing tires. The gameplay is a tense balancing act between gathering information and managing your resources. Every action costs time and increases your suspicion meter. If the authorities become too wary, you face a game over. You must sift through mundane details, sleep patterns, commutes, and social lives to find a specific target that matches Zimforf's cryptic demands. Once you abduct a victim, the game shifts to a visceral ritual screen where you must answer logic-based questions about their life by physically removing organs or breaking ribs to complete the sacrifice. While the timeline mechanics are innovative, they can feel repetitive over the 10-year campaign. However, the narrative depth provided by the relationship between Ralph and Johnny, a man kept in a cage in your basement, adds a layer of disturbing psychological weight. The stylish, fully voiced cutscenes and atmospheric sound design pull you into Ralph's pained descent into inhumanity. It is a creative, uncomfortable experience that forces you to become a predator in the most clinical way possible. At number 9 we have Without a Dawn, a short experimental visual horror novel by Jesse McConan that prioritizes atmospheric storytelling over traditional gameplay. You step into the fractured mind of a young woman seeking refuge in a remote cabin to escape her suffocating anxiety and depression. Instead of finding peace, you encounter a surreal landscape where silence takes physical form and reality blurs with unsettling nightmares. The experience is intentionally linear, as you click through dialogue and navigate a hurricane of restless thoughts, occasionally making choices that reflect the loss of free will inherent in severe mental distress. The game's unique feature is a pseudo-ASCII art style, a striking digital aesthetic where lines of code and character fragments drip across the screen like fluid. You'll find yourself squinting at the shifting textures, questioning whether you truly see a figure in the shadows or if your mind is playing tricks. The visual tension is amplified by masterfully layered sound design. The rhythmic pattern of rain and ticking clocks create a physical weight that makes you feel trapped within the protagonist's cabin. While there are no puzzles or survival mechanics, the psychological horror is potent, particularly when a mysterious man in a gas mask appears in disturbing close-ups. Clocking in at around 40 minutes, it is a focused, introspective dive into psychosis and isolation. You don't just play a story, you inhabit the headspace of mounting paranoia. For fans of experimental indies, it is a chilling, handcrafted journey that lingers long after you close your eyes. And that's all for this bundle. The Love You to Death bundle is an absolute win for horror fans. For just $12, you're snagging heavy hitters like Have a Nice Death and Faith the Unholy Trinity, which are basically worth the entry fee alone. Whether you're diving into the claustrophobic dread of Iron Lung, or grinding co-op scares in Devour and Ghost Watchers, the value here is insane. If you vibe with atmospheric indies and punishing gameplay, do not sleep on this. It is peak gaming. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider buying the channel a coffee. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.